Yes guys, well, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my new podcast series where some of my good friends in carp fishing, 10 questions about their fishing, and right here we have the main man, Scotty Lloyd.
Hey Lid,
what you saying, boy?
I was just setting my camera up. I thought, I'm not letting you film without me filming you.
Yeah, so he's just in mid-spod and I was like, do you want to do these 10 questions with me? And he's like, yeah, well, I'm doing mid-spod, you can do it then. So let's get down to it. He's down on a...
Oh, look at that. He's come off again. On the leader. Noddy.
Outtakes. Is this going to be an outtake?
Nah,
We're going to leave it.
Mate,
we're going to leave
this
it.
in. Raw as
that.
I tell you what.
2 times he's cracked off on the old spot.
That's 2 spots.
That was the boys' bomb as well.
You know what it is? It's because I'm trying my normal leader knot with this thin braid. I need to do a back-to-back grinner. Anyway, talk to me.
Let's get down to... Let's get down to it. So the first question I've got for Scott is, what and who got you into carp fishing in the first place?
Basically, well, I'd have to say my old man. Back in the day. Mate, the fizzing on my spot there, lad.
Bit of fizzing there, mate.
That's my spot. Oh my God. Oh, the chicken for sheeters out here. Right, cats, we're getting the rig out now. I'm only joking. Yeah, so my old man, really, me and my brother started fit. Well, we first ever went with me granddad. You know, there's pictures of me and our kid and that just sat in prams with whip poles on the canal. But yeah, I would say my old man started going with a couple of his friends. Yeah, they started venturing down south and all that. And me and my brother lived on stories from Winch Hill. You know, they were on there in the 90s. Look at the state of my fingers, lad. Look at this. Well, like I've been doing something dodgy. But yeah, dear. So we lived on stories from there. And then, yeah, as soon as we got of age, well, we were obviously fishing local, like Queen's Park and all sorts of places, got into carp fishing. And yeah, as soon as we were sort of age, if you like, we started venturing down south. And this was one of the places where we are now. Bluebell, Peterborough. Fished here probably when we were 15, 16, when Benson was here and Creature and all them. Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Quality.
That kid's over there. We're going to get that kid in a bit. We're going to sting him with it.
Yeah.
What's next?
Question number 2, best session you've ever had?
Best session I've ever had, just as in
there's a lot.
What, as in just a standout? Are we talking bites or just like is it a standout session or a standout capture, or is that another question?
That's another question.
All right,
okay. So your standout best ever session, I'd say.
You know what? A session on Stonies sort of jumped straight in there where I had. So stoneacres, especially in the summer months, summer into autumn can be really hard, and I had 6 fish at 5 different swims in 5 nights, or in 4 nights, I think. So I was moving around, bouncing around, and on there, honestly, it might not sound a lot to some people, you know, or some people's tallies like makers and that, or maybe this guy, you know, he has the odd 1 or 2. But yeah, on a lake like that, 50 acres, 45, 50 carp at the time. That was like, it was mega because we was just bouncing around and moving around, and yeah, it definitely stands out. I had some mega ones as well.
Yeah, that's some going, that is, especially on stone. There's mega.
Yeah,
that is a proper good one. Yeah,
it's a nice backdrop here, mate.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's lovely. It's nice. It's just not a bit of sand coming through. You know, it's off the cuff. This is the way to do it. Yeah. So, question number 3: what is your favourite fishing method?
Oh God, you know what? Favourite fishing method. I do like the floaters, but it's one of them. I like it because it's so frustrating. What you mean, as in like in the edge, on the top,
whatever, anything, whatever you.
I would say that
your favourite way of catching carp, basically.
Yeah, I would just say, in the edge is obviously mega, especially I like a bit of tree climbing and that. So if I can watch the spot, watch the rig, see it shake its head, and you know, I always have this, I've got a bit of a photographic memory, if you like, of all the scenarios where I've actually watched them taking a rig, and there's always a time where I see the lead fly off, you know, where it's got it, you know, because I like to just jam them on that bit more. I don't want it to pick it up and just drop straight off. I don't think it's done its job. But yeah, I would say the one that I really love to. I don't do it as often as I used to or probably should, but I'd say in the edge fishing, mate.
Yeah, it's because you always remember them ones as well. If you catch a special one at the edge and see it, take it and shoot off and all that, it's just there, isn't it, in your mind.
You know what you're attached to, mate. The adrenaline is not, especially when it's a real special one. You know, again, Stoneacres stands out watching a big old common drop down, and Stoney's wasn't known for big commons, you know, and I'm watching this big common. There was a myth of a big common, and I'm watching it feed on me, and it shakes its head and runs off, and just knowing I'm connected to it and just knowing I need to come in because I need to get it in, because if you don't land that fish bait, no one's going to believe you, even though you don't care about if people believe you.
There's adrenaline, and then there's adrenaline.
Yeah.
When you see what you've got on, that's like another level, like.
Yeah.
But
we got it in anyway, and it goes by the name of Scottish Common now for that reason. It hadn't been out for about 6-7 years, and it was pretty big.
Amazing. What is your favourite lake? I already know this one.
Oh, it's got to be Stoneacres. Yeah, you know, I've already mentioned it twice, but we may as well just do a Stony.
Stony in Christchurch.
I'd have to say it's a complex. You know, I can't pick out of any of them, but it's got to be Lynn Chill, mate.
It's unbelievable 100%. For me as well. It's, you know what I mean. We spent a lot of time down there. Haven't we
did. That's where we first met.
It's got a place in our hearts and
showed Archie how to do the zig fishing.
Yeah, he did.
This guy, honestly, absolute wizard on the zigs, mate, and I learned a hell of a lot from him.
Yeah.
But I'd say Lynn Chill, mate. It's got to be, and for them reasons that you know, because it means a lot to me as well. You know, a lot of people think I'm from Oxford. You know what I mean? Because I fished there that much for years. But you know, the reason we went to Winch in the first place, or you know, Oxford in the first place, is because my old man went down there with his mates, and we sort of. And that's why we went there. It's all about petals, mate.
Oh, petals. Oh, Russ Webb. You know my mate Russ Webb?
Yeah.
He had that off the top when we was teenagers.
That my dad's mate had it. Danny, 47-1 it was.
What a carp that was. Unbelievable. When I see Terry Erm with it,
well, that's when he was there, you know. He was there when Tell was there.
When we was there. Yeah,
you know, especially our kid. Our kid was like Tell through, mate.
Yeah,
we were a bit skint when we were younger and that, so we couldn't afford ESP. So our mum used to get us like black jackets and then sew ESP on them in orange and that, and the hat. So we like ESP.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, go on. What else we got, mate? Oh yeah.
Question number 5: biggest carp you ever caught?
Biggest carp I've ever caught, Burfield Common. 62, 8.
There you go.
We don't really know because it was we weighed it on a set of 60-pound scales, but 62.8 we got. So,
unbelievable. This man is one of how many? You're like one of 12 people.
At the time, I think I was 11 or 12 that caught it, but obviously it's been out a few times. I think it's probably been caught 15, 16 times.
To me, that's an unbelievable achievement, though. Like that's one of the greatest feats in carp fishing, in my opinion, and. Yeah. That's what makes you one of the top boys in the scene, in my opinion, as well. No one can take that away from you because
obviously. No, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to
honestly,
me.
No, that is,
mate. The thing is like I love fishing. I think anyone that's going out and enjoying fishing, they're winning. They're all winning, you know. But
mate.
I've got to, you know, I'm not going to deny it. I've got a lot of time. I put in a lot of effort. You know, that doesn't come natural.
There's not many people that work as hard as you. I will say that.
I'll graft it out.
You put mate, you go to extreme levels where people wouldn't go to the levels you go to, and that's what sets you apart as well.
Yeah, it's that addictive personality. You know what? We've all got it. It's the only one thing that links us all. Anyone watching this that's a carp angler, me, Arch, yourselves, like that addictive personality is the only one thing that links us all. And what I mean by that is if we weren't fishing, we'd be doing something else. We'd be snowboarding, we'd be bike riding, we'd be down the pub addicted to drinking, whatever it might be. We are addicted. And some 100%. People don't have a hobby, mate. You know?
It's true. It's a blessing, isn't it, to have this hobby and to be
I feel
able
bad
to be
for them people.
So passionate about it.
I don't feel bad for them, but I think about it and think, if I didn't have a hobby, man, you know what I mean? I'd be lost, mate. I'd be lost.
Definitely, mate, definitely.
But go on, what else we got?
Question number 6: best carp you ever caught?
Yeah, see, people automatically think, oh, it's going to say Burfield Common, but it isn't. The best carp I've ever caught that stands out to me is Bite Mark. At Stoneacres again, but you know, I spent so much time there, got so many memories, but that carp is the carp that I went out and out for, as in, like, I did a few seasons on there. And it's not easy, and I was getting through them eventually, finally clicked with it, and they all get under my skin, but that one,
that picture
when it went in the net,
mate,
I've obviously got it going in the net. my head just blew up, mate.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And yeah, it was the end to a, you know, sort of a few year campaign, whereas some of the more recent ones I've sort of, I don't know, I think the more you angle, the more you start to see similarities with carp. You know, they're all the same thing in different lakes at the end of the day. And, you know, I sort of act on more sort of, I don't know, intuition and if that's the right word, you know, past experiences, and you can sort of build a plan to try and catch them. But some of them are just, some of them are a lot harder to catch than others, and that was definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest fish on that complex to catch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
that one stands out the most
amazing
as my
carp.
best capture.
What are your 3 non-negotiables in carp fishing?
Non-negotiables, what as in?
What are your 3 things that you always do in carp fishing? Like,
right, okay, give me an example of what one of yours is.
Mine
Up at first light,
100%.
you know,
That's one of my. Yeah.
So rather than being so specific, I'll broaden it a bit, as in like watercraft, as in watching, listening, you know, prepping, planning, all that stuff is your watercraft. You know, just, you know, I'm not being rude, not looking at this camera. It's just the water's flattened off.
We're
It's been windy
all
all day.
Look,
I'm looking what's going on.
It's lovely out there.
You know, so I spend as much time as I can looking at the water, watching the water, listening to the water. As soon as the eyes go away, the ears come to play. So a lot of people sort of sometimes I think presume I'm just smashing my phone all day because I'm quite active on my Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Well, other than me just doing that story, that's it. Boom, phone's down. Oh, eyes on the pond. I'm stirring a cup of tea. Eyes on the pond. Just that one show. You know, anywhere in the lake could lead to something. You know, the amount of times and stories that I've got where I've seen a show, and that is something that makes me keep my eyes there. Then I see a couple more shows there, then a bait there, then the next session the spot's getting harder, and all of a sudden I'm focusing on that area.
Yeah.
It all starts from one sign. You know? So if I had missed that one sign, I wouldn't have caught that fish or whatever, you know. So every single sign, especially when you're fishing these low stock sort of lakes where shows can be few and far between in the autumn or winter, and you know. So yeah, I would say watercraft. I would definitely say, what else have we got? I mean, big leads, would that class as one? You know, I like a good 4,
in the edge,
5, 6 ounce. You know, as big as you can in the edge, mate. I'll walk a 6 ouncer in, 8 ouncer, tread it in the ground. You know, so it's like, it's just basically anchored. But big leads, and so watercraft, big leads. I'm trying to be a bit broad, and time. I'm a time bandit. Time is the big. You know what? It's not spoke about probably as much or as it should be, but you know, I think time in anything that you want to get good at or better at or catch more or whatever it might be, anything in life really, the more time you give it, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to catch.
100%.
And I always say as well, we all get 7 days in a week. I mean, I get 8 nights. But no, we all get 7 days in a week. How we choose to use them is our choice entirely.
Very true.
Unless you're in
true.
prison, then you're screwed. But no, you know, some people say, you know, to me, oh, it's all right for you, you get loads of time. And I'll be like, yeah, but we all get 7 days. Yeah, but I've got to have my kids or I've got to go work. I said, well, that was your choice. I didn't bang your bird and give her kids, you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't me. You did that. Stick them in care if you want to.
That's your priorities. Everyone, you know, you make time for what.
But what am I giving up? I'm giving time up with kids. You know, if I had them, giving up holidays, overtime at work, extra money, all these things that other people are doing instead of doing the time that I'm doing on the bank. So, time, big lads, watercraft. It's 3 different things.
Three great ones though. Like I've had Kev on here and I've had Birch on here and Ryan, and they've all of them have said, you know, watercraft and I was going to say the one thing they've all said is getting up early and watching the water. That's the main. And the main one, you know.
It's not just about getting up early. You've got to be up early, but it's getting up when the carp are getting up. So when they're jumping, when they're feeding,
you need to be alive when they're alive. Like that bite time is more 9 times out of 10 in the morning, really.
Yeah. And show time though, like sometimes say there's different lakes that have different feeding patterns and you know, different things going on. I think he's got one over there, you know, mate. Oh no, he's putting his boat in the water. So you know, there's lakes that stand out now between 12 and 2 in the autumn, in midnight till 2 a.m. could be a great time to hear them.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it's a big windy night, you've got to be walking. Oh, boom, boom, boom! I heard one out there. Anyway, I could go on for hours about that.
Yeah, you could. So could I. But like you say, that show or that little subtle sign of fizzing, or it's a game changer. Amount of carp I've caught just from seeing that show or hearing one or seeing the bubbling. Yeah.
Or hearing that coot go off.
Oh yeah,
in the night,
like one did earlier.
We're like, wow. Yeah, go
on. Question number 8. What is your top tip then? Probably
top tip has got to be, keeping up and active and that. I would say that I turn every negative into a positive. So no time is wasted, even if you feel it's wasted. So I'll give you an example. Even in the depths of winter, it's freezing cold, but I'll be up in the morning, I'll be walking around, checking my trees, climbing trees, checking bushes, looking, climbing up trees for, if I'm stood on the ground, I might be able to see rod length or 2 out, get up a tree, elevate myself 6 foot even, but sometimes, stupid heights, and I can see 40, 50, 60 yards out. Oh, bloody hell, that's on me, that. The old spot.
I don't know if you can see that.
Bit of fizzing.
Fizzing up down there, don't think you can see it.
But basically, I'm watching, looking, listening, trying to find them, but also at the same time, so I'll be lapping, and it might amount to nothing. I might see nothing, and people have said, bloody hell, that must have been a waste of time. I'll be like, nah, because it's a process of elimination. I've been looking in them trees, I know they're not there, they're not here. I can see all the way to the bottom, 40 yards out in that bay there, they're not in there. So it's like I've just turned a big pond into a smaller pond, and so that's turning what some people might see as negative. Some people might go, oh, I'm not walking around doing that again because that was a waste of time. Whereas me, it's like, right, game on, they're definitely not doing this, doing that. I've been watching these birds out in the middle of the pond here for ages. They're on the surface, they're not spooking, they're not doing anything untoward. I'm going to say the fish are out there. They should be up on the top. It's winter, the sun's out. I know they're somewhere, so they must be out here somewhere. So it's a process of elimination. That's me knocking it.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I don't know what was the question. Turning negatives into positives and just working my arse off.
Yeah, you do. You're just like me. You just don't give up until you find the fish, or like you say, if they're not somewhere, they're going to be somewhere else. That's one thing I always put into my fishing as well. And
I always say no time on the bank's ever wasted if I angle the way I angle. If I go there, throw some rods out, bait up, jump in the bag, watch some stupid stupid vlog of ears or something. I've learnt nothing, seen nothing, watched nothing. Whereas if I go, I'll always leave a session, whether it be blank or not. Right, I found them fish there, or I found that spot, I've baited that zone. All these different things that I'm learning to take away that go into the next session. I'm already driving home and thinking about that session. Yeah. Go on, mate.
Wicked. Question number 9. What is your favourite go-to bait?
Favourite go-to bait? It's got to be a tiger knot. If I had to use one bait, I like a tiger knot, crushed tiger. It's just because I've seen what they do to them, man. And especially when they're on edge. In the edge is when they're most wary. And I've seen them come in, see baits, and be like, nah. And tigers just seem to be the ones.
It's just a massive edge, isn't it? When they get crunching on them, it's like
thrown them back.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Go on.
Yeah. And the last question, number 10. What does the future hold for you?
What does the future hold for me in fishing? Just getting out, doing what I do, enjoying. I've found a really good routine with my fishing now. I haven't actually done an out and out straight through campaign start to finish, spring, summer, autumn, winter for a long time, since probably Burfield. I've just been dancing around and going all different lakes, and I think I've learned something that lakes fish better at different times of year. Yeah. So what I've started to do, because I think I've realised that I've wasted a lot of time on some lakes, knowing that like Stoneacres, like I said, doesn't do very good after spawning and in the summer, and it kicks back in the autumn. Yeah. So once I get to know a few different lakes and get to know when their strength and strong times are, I start to, I'll do, say, Dinton winter and springtime. I'll do Dinton in the winter because it's really good in the winter, and then I'll go off to Stoneacres, say, for instance, in the spring, and then I'll go White Swan in the summer because it fishes really well in the summer, and then go for an autumn campaign somewhere else where I know the big one comes out in the autumn. So I'm dancing around it. It keeps me really sort of keen, and it's a new mission every quarter as opposed to just slogging it out. You can
rather
quite
than wasting a bit more time. You're putting your time into really good use, aren't you, on these lakes now? And
it keeps me entertained because things are changing, and you can quite easily start treading water and getting a bit of, I don't know, like just repetitive mode if you're just slogging it out of one water. I've done that. I'm not saying it's not the thing to do, but for me, I'm finding a lot of enjoyment in doing that. So I would say that's what the future holds. But I am going to be doing a lot more media, and there's a lot more coming from me on my own YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, get over to my channel and watch that.
Follow his channel. While you're subscribing to mine, subscribe to Scotty Boys. But no, wicked. Thanks for that, mate. I appreciate it. We got 24 hours together. We haven't fished together for ages, have we? For
long time, mate.
Time.
Very long time.
So,
we're going right back to 2009 there, mate. So that's a long time ago. What are we now? 25. So 14 years ago.
Yeah, big up Lynch Hill. Big up Lynch Hill. Anyway, thanks, mate, for doing that. Wicked.
Out, mate.
Yeah, do it.
We're doing it. Hopefully we won't crack these out.